My name is Chief Peter Edochie. I have national honors. I'm entitled to access to anybody in authority. If my character were questionable, I wouldn't have been granted national honors. I didn't fight for it. I never angled for it. I just sat down in my house and somebody phoned me and said, your name is in the paper, you were given national honors. I am a pioneer inductee into the Movie Makers Hall of Fame. There are very few of us who are pioneer inductees. By the time I did things fall apart, there was nothing like Nollywood, right? But yet, when you had centenary awards, my name was not there. A lot of people were disturbed. How come? I am staying in my house. I don't know what the considerations were. I don't know what the criteria were, but I never bothered myself. I let people do all the complaining. I don't mind it. If tomorrow an announcement is made, yeah, okay, Secondary Award, I say, I thank God, thank you very much. They have remembered me at last. Full stop. When I was invited in 2000 to be a special guest of the Abia State government, somebody in a position in the AGN in Lagos was spreading the rumor that the government of Abia State gave me 10 million. And when I went to Lagos, I called him. He was very sorry. I said, look, you people are children. Don't make me curse you. If I curse you, you will carry the curse around. It will hurt you. Trying to destroy my name will not help anybody. When I was appointed chairman of the National Committee for Rebranding Nigeria, I stopped getting commissions to work as an actor. And I asked a producer, why don't you people invite me anymore? He said, you don't need the money anymore, sir. We hear that the minister gave you 10 million to be the chairman. I mean, what is all that nonsense for? We spend most of our time running people down, and we never get anywhere with that. We don't. Anybody who spends all his time trying to run other people down will never succeed in any endeavor whatsoever. It's a law of creation. You look at what is happening in the country now. The president wants to contest. We have a strong opposition. The opposition has not seen anything good in whatever the president does. That is not how to propagandize. That is not the best way to run an opposition. When I was doing journalism, I was taught the art of propagandizing. You see, take a modicum of truth, elaborate on that truth. It is in the process of elaboration that can inject any kind of ideology you want to confuse the people. Not by condemning everything, no. There's a big difference between to condemn and to criticize. If you condemn, you are lambasting, you are lampooning, you are not offering suggestions. If you criticize, you are constructively, objectively analyzing, and then offering ideas that will guarantee an improvement. That is to criticize. In our own case, we don't criticize, we just condemn. I believe that God created all of us, and He had His reasons for creating all of us. Therefore, we must all coexist peacefully. That's my philosophy. I don't hate people. I love people. No matter what your weaknesses are, I tolerate you, hoping that in the process I might get you to improve on those weaknesses of yours. I know that society expects a lot from me. And because of societal expectations, I am compelled to toe a line of moral rectitude. And that has been my source of happiness, my philosophy, all through life. Don't do something that will affect your reputation. You already have one. It is God who confers all that on people. Don't mess it up. And this is it. If I am on a set and there's some discrepancy, somewhat of disagreement between two people, they bring it to me. As much as I say, look, come on, you didn't do this improper, don't do it again. It ends there. Nobody has ever said, no, Peter Richard took sides on this matter. I don't believe it. Let us go for it. It's never happened to me. Even when I was a director in the civil service, in broadcasting, a lot of people always enjoyed coming to my office, and taking whatever it was I was given. I mean, we were entitled to crates of drinks and all that. I wasn't drinking them. Most of the little girls who were getting pregnant, messengers, I was given this to go and sell it and take the money, bring the crate and take it back. I was given my official vehicle, a station wagon. I normally stayed with my driver in front. The people I wanted to lift would always occupy the other seats in the car. It's just my life, that's all. And I thank my father for it. By nature, I'm a very modest person. I don't believe that if God has empowered you in any way, must ride roughshod on other people. No. I like you for who you are. And all the people who are my friends, my closest friends, are very small people. And that is my life. Right? If you come to my house 1,000,000 times, you won't see very large people, senators and all that, coming into my house. No. We may meet on occasions and we hug and we greet and all that, but I'm not close to any of them. And I thank God that people appreciate what I do. And I've never tried to abuse it. That's it. I look at all the people in the industry as relations of mine. That's my philosophy. As relations of mine, I have my children in the industry. One of them is there now. The other one has given up. Is married now in the civil service. And these young people feature with me on a set. And they take to me very easily as their own father. And that's it. They will not tell you that they did this thing wrong and Edochie blamed them, castigated them, shouted on them. No. If you mispronounce a word, I'll bring you close and say, look, why don't you call it this way? And you say, thank you, sir. If it's a sentence that you constructed badly, I'll call you. We'll rephrase it. When I am on set working, I am both an actor and a teacher. One, I'm going to be the oldest person on the set, for one indications. Number two, I got the exposure long before all the other people there, having trained professionally as a broadcaster in the BBC. So I'm in a position to say, this word is not well used and all that. There are people who get very close to me because of that. You see, there are things we don't do well. For example, P-A-L-A-C-E, palace. Oh, if they was in the palace, palace is not an English word. That word was corrupted by a village headmaster and it just got into the mouths of all the people. The palace, I went to the palace. There's nothing like palace. It's palace. Listen to Olu Jacobs. Olu has never called it palace. No? Olu is a brilliant person. Olu spent more than 17 years in England and is very conversant with the English language. There's a guy called Larry Williams. I don't see him much these days. You listen to Larry Williams, right? When he pronounces his words. There's somebody called Bimbo Manuel. You listen to Bimbo when Bimbo talks. There's somebody called Kepi Ekpenyong. I don't see these people again. I listen to these people when they feature, and I'm impressed. Yes, I mean, I'm older than all of them. But you see, they have worked hard to acquire that knack for presentation. And you give it to them. Tony Umez. Tony will go to pains to pronounce words properly, to ensure that he employs appropriate language. Clement will do the same. I have featured with these people, and I'm very fond of them. Yeah, Tony Umez, Jim Ike is another young man with a very powerful part of language. He impresses me. I don't know what he's doing with himself now, but he impresses me. Yeah, when I watch him, I nod my head in approval. Yeah. So you see, I don't try to create a gap, a gorge between me and the succeeding generation. No. I try to take them along because my son is one of them. So I look on all of them as my own children. And when they do something, I talk to them the way I talk to members of my own family. This is why they take to me a lot. It is not magic. If you bring people close to you, they come close to you. If you create a pedestal where you alone must stand, and then they give you some distance, you know what is wrong with you. So I thank you for making that observation, but that's true. I've never compelled my children to pursue courses after my own heart. No. My first son did agricultural economics. The next one did fun and applied arts. He was the best. Then Link was inspired by that one. He too did fun and applied. He was the best doing his school. Then the other one started to do architecture, the one that came before you. And there are 5 of them. And it's a long time they all graduated, and they've given me 10 children. And I never compelled, let me put it that way, any of them to take after me. No. My father was a good actor, so I heard from those who were related to him in school. My father was raised by white people. Reverend fathers raised my father. And my father spoke perfect English, and he was my first model. I took after him. He inspired me a lot. My father was my mentor, and I'm an actor, broadcaster, journalist. I thank God I've been able to make my name in these fields. I hear that Yul is doing his best. Fine. I hope that God continues to guide him.